Yeah, let's do this. I fucking hate this boss. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? It's Alexander Hilly123 here, and it's time for a new video. And it is time for the final video in my Evil Within 2 Classic Mode walkthrough. I've just made my last save, and we're on to the final boss now, and a little other bits of gameplay here and there, where we control Kidman for a very, very small period as well. And I've got to say, for me, this boss is an absolutely horrible final boss. I hate it, and on my first playthrough, seems to have been different for everybody else, but it really caused me problems, and it took me about 3 to 4 hours to complete. I'm being serious there. I died about 58 times in my first playthrough of this game, and 30 of those times were on the last boss, because I just didn't have the resources to kill it. And I think I just about got Cascade, you know, where every bullet that you hit an enemy with, it gets stronger and stronger. And that just about helped me, but I had a really hard time. I hate this boss. I think it's so generic that it wouldn't even belong in Resident Evil 6. I hate it. I hate it. It does kind of orchestrate and tell you a lot of its attacks, but there are some which still get me, and some which I think are extremely harsh and unfair. But most people you'll see will tell you that this boss is easy, but I don't think it is. But let's just see how it goes. What I will say about this boss as well is, obviously on classic mode you don't get any checkpoints whatsoever. It's unlimited saves, but even when you're not on classic, when you die to this boss with a part where once you, I think it's her shoulders, once you shoot one of her arms off, it will start crawling, it'll grab you, and you've got to shoot that orange patch, if you will. You just know what to shoot, obviously. It's that on rails part. It's like I said earlier in the game, the sensitivity during those parts, on console at least, less so on PC, but on console, I don't know why, but it's absolutely fucking terrible. And I died there, and you've got to do the checkpoint all over again. So you've got to shoot, you know, her left and her right shoulder, where it's really difficult to aim, and it is. You've got to do all that again before shooting the arm, or whatever it is, the orange patch, as I'm calling it. So you've just got to be careful there, take your time. It's hard to see the reticule as you can control Sebastian for the first time after the little cutscene. It makes me nervous every time, but you do get quite a bit of leeway. If you miss your first couple of shots, relax, get the fucking reticule on the orange, and I'd say aim for the edge, because the aiming, the reticule's going all over the place, but it makes me nervous, but you should be okay. But it's the main reason I made my last save before the final boss, really.
You hurt me. You'll hurt her, too. I won't let you.
God damn it, Myra! Stop this! Think about what you're doing!
It's not easy to tell when you're actually hitting her with the sniper rifle for some reason. That was shit. That was a shit shot.
You wasted your life.
I think she's getting iframes during those periods, but here we go with the shoulders. You've got to be very accurate, and, well, I'm not. Oh. We're not onto the shoulders just yet. Oh! That's so unfair, game, and you fucking know it is. You fucking know it is, game. Oh, that is fucking bollocks, game! The word, I don't know if I used the word before at the start of the video, but the word you need to use for this boss is generic. It's generic. And plain bad. Every fucking time I'm on the edge of that. You can see that, guys. I'm on the edge. I'm a man on the edge. I am on the edge because of this fucking game. 8-legged freaks. The evil within 2, where stomping is stronger than a shot bolt. This is just so retarded. It's just a dumb way of giving you a lot of quick resources. It's so bad. We've got a lot of gunpowder if we need it though.
Stop me.
We've got a surplus of herbs as well. Let's see how much we've got. I'm really upset that the gameplay has been really bad for this final boss. The gameplay the second half of this walkthrough has not been good enough, guys, and I do apologise. But the game is very, very irritating at times. But so now we're on to the shoulders. The aiming here just has to be accurate. There's nothing else to say.
I know you're still in there. You gotta stop.
And as you've just seen, it's easy to miss. Very easy to miss indeed. Yep. It's easy to miss, guys. It's easy to miss indeed. Hey, I didn't miss. What the hell? I don't know how much damage the explosive bolts do here, but I've always got the feeling that they don't do as much as you'd think. But maybe that's just because she doesn't seem to react to them, I don't know. So fucking dumb. So fucking dumb, Janus.
Leave us alone.
I hate this boss so much.
I won't give up.
You should give up.
Protect Lily. Leave us alone.
Okay, here's the arm, guys. This is horrible. This is just horrible, this. There's no one that can disagree with me as well. On console, I don't know why this is the way it is, but the sensitivity of the aiming is fucking horrendous. What the hell?
You can't escape me.
See what I mean? There's always a few missed shots to make you feel very, very worried and anxious. This is a horrible part, but hopefully you've got some herbs to help you. You should have. But very soon the explosive bolt is hopefully, and I reckon it will, come into its own. You'll see.
I don't want to do this.
We've still got to get rid of the last shoulder. For me, this is the hardest part of this. And this thing, it kind of does its own thing. It's got a few really cheap attacks that I don't know how to avoid as well. I know how to avoid this one though, you just got to keep on the move. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I really don't. There's the attack. That is the one that I don't understand how to avoid. It's insanely damaging, and there's no heads up as far as I can tell. You see what I mean about the assault rifle though? It's supposed to be really powerful, yet the 2 times I've completed classic mode so far, a sustained barrage of attacks on the orange shoulder there doesn't really seem to do much. That's easy to avoid. That's not even difficult. You see what I mean? You see what I fucking mean about this thing? Why does the handgun do more damage than explosive bolts in the assault rifle? The problem here is, it's very difficult to get a sustained amount of attacks in. Like, every time I'm hitting it, it's one hit every time. And then move. One hit and then move. There's the same attack again. I mean, I think it says it all about a boss. If it just gets you with one attack, and then the rest of its attacks are completely fucking worthless. Yeah, I'll tell you what it says about that boss. It tells you that the boss is a piece of shit. And that's exactly what this thing is, guys. It's a piece of shit. Every time, you're just too low. Every time with this boss, seriously. Generic 101. Thank Christ. And this is where the explosive bolt comes in. If you're not useless like me and you can be quite accurate, then the explosive bolt is your best friend here. And everything I've said before about the explosive bolts being useful has just completely slapped me in the face like a stinking trout or another smelly fish. Usually that will work, but no, it's not doing. Okay, I think that kind of showcased well enough what I was saying. That wasn't exactly in the hot spot where the game wanted me to hit, but it still worked. The radius was still enough. And I've just realised that Chapter 17 actually starts now. How dumb is that? Well, this game really is dumb. But whatever. The boss fight can be Chapter 17. But from here, guys, you've essentially completed it. Just a lot of cutscenes and a lot of bullshit that isn't fun whatsoever, including this.
Not happening.
Where it looks like we're shooting a bunch of Joseph orders. Either that or Roy Orbison's. Do you guys really think Shinji Mikami would let something so bad in a game? Really? He wouldn't. This is so bad. And if you're watching this and you've never played this game, yes, this is as bad as it looks. The aiming here, it's just so bad. It's a joke. There are some times as well when you're deadly accurate and it misses. Mate, how many heads have you got? Because I've shot you in it 3 times. There's another one.
All security personnel report to the control room. All security personnel.
Need to hurry before more show up. Shit!
I've seen a lot of people on the internet say which is more fun,
Upstairs.
which is more satisfying, classic or Akumu. For me, not even a debate. No one even debate. Shut up. It's Akumu. Easily. One Hit Kill is a retarded difficulty. We all know that. And the first game, one of the biggest criticisms are the hitboxes and some of the weird things that can happen are irritating. And of course the game is naturally very difficult. And I don't think Akumu should have existed, to be fair. I really don't. But Classic is even worse because in the modern day, with the Xbox One and the PS4, I don't think it's ever a good idea to have a difficulty where you can lose loads of progress, like hours of progress. Look, how is it that 3 of these guys do the exact same thing? Look at how stupid this is. They do the exact same thing. They all lean out as well.
Just need to make it downstairs.
It's so dumb, man. It is so dumb. Kidman still the ultimate MVP when it comes to running in heels.
I hope this works, Myra.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're nearly done. We're not quite. I thought we were done. I wish we were done.
Get to your room.
Kara's staying behind. You know why.
Okay. We don't have much time.
I'm counting on you, Kidman.
When I first did Classic Mode, I was actually shouting at the TV here.
We're almost there.
If you've known me on the internet for a while, you'll know that I'm mentally unstable and
Oh my god.
I should probably be put in a home, but yeah, I was really, really getting angry here because I just wanted the game to end. Because I didn't want it to crash right at the end as well. Because you'll know how it feels if you've had it happen to you on the Classic Mode, where you lose loads of progress just because your console's crashed.
Please.
It's a horrible, horrible feeling.
We're gonna be home soon. Just gotta hang on.
And that's it with Akumu. Okay, it's a one-hit kill, but there are checkpoints in the game. Some of them are bad, some of them are good. There are infamous moments in the first game, like the start of Chapter 6, which is
I promise.
very difficult when you don't know what you're doing. But once you see that checkpoint, that relief for me is much greater than the relief of Classic. There was no relief with Classic, I was just glad it was over. But there was a feeling of real satisfaction completing Akumu. But here is Ordinary World. I absolutely love this song. Brilliant song. I loved this song when I was a young lad, actually. The original Duran Duran track, actually. But for me to hear this now, it's bittersweet because I'll always think of those fears of seeing this game at E3 and knowing before I played it the direction it was going in. And knowing at the time that I wouldn't enjoy it as much as the first game because I knew where it was going. And I was right. But ladies and gentlemen, Classic Mode is complete. And here it is. The typical, but oh wait, there's more. Lord Mikami, can you save us? I mean, this has not been based on the story. I've been skipping cutscenes, obviously, and all that. But to give you a happy ending, and then out of nowhere, show a stem terminal, and then just go, oh wait, but there's something alive in the stem. I wonder if it's Ruvik, but I'm not going to tell you. That just encapsulates this game so much. It's lazy. It's dumb. Really bad. Really, really bad. I criticise this game so much because I love the first game so much. It's about as simple as that. I like this game. It's a heck of a lot more fun when it isn't on Classic Mode. Because on Classic Mode, you've got to doubt yourself constantly. The anxiety is unparalleled. And when you can't upgrade the speed of the stealth, the crouch, having ambush, having some of the upgrades, the stamina regen, because the decision to deplete the stamina when you're in combat in this game is, in my opinion, one of the worst gaming decisions of all time. It shouldn't exist in this game. Your stamina should go down just as quick at all times. Whoever made that decision is a moron. I totally don't get it. But this is still a fun game. It's still a good experience. But I can't help but feel like this is another Dead Space 3 situation where the game is so different from what it initially and originally was. And that is because, I guess, the publishers have forced the devs to go into that direction. But Bethesda are not as bad as EA. EA killed that series, and they've killed many series. They killed Mass Effect and other things. Fuck EA, you're a bunch of pricks. But Bethesda aren't that bad, but there are a few things in this game that would have me think that Bethesda had a little bit too much influence. John Johannes, the guy who directed this game, he directed the DLCs of the first game, and although gameplay-wise it wasn't very fun, it was good story-wise, and I do think that I expected more from the story, really. I know the story is ridiculous, but it's just so watered down and obvious. You save your daughter, you get out. I like that ambiguous nature. I like making my own assumptions on what's going on and having all these thoughts in my head about what these things are. And there's nothing of that in The Evil Within 2. Nothing. It's a completely different kind of game. It really is. Not to mention the crafting system and all that. The gameplay of the first game is so much more nuanced than this. But most people don't realise it because most people just play these games a couple of times and don't go back to them again and again and again like I do. And a few others do. And when I say a few others, I'm sure there'll be thousands of people who replay this game again and again. But with an RPG or an open world game, you're meant to have 100 hours on your Steam account of playing these games. You know what I mean, for example. But with this game, you're supposed to complete it a couple of times, then sell it. But these are the games that I adore. And they're very rare. And the only one that's on the horizon is The Last of Us 2. Although Days Gone looks like it might be a mixed bag of both kind of open world and survival horror perhaps. I don't know. Still looks like a pretty interesting game, that. There aren't many games out there that I'm excited about in the next year or two. I'll tell you that. But ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The Evil Within 2 Classic Mode walkthrough completed. From the start of the game up to chapter 10, I'd say, it was going really well, and I'm happy with it. But after that, it descended into madness. There was a lot of rage, and it just turned into me complaining about the game, and I do apologise, you know. I don't think this is going to get any views on YouTube anyway, but if it does, that'd be great. I don't think that this walkthrough is the best you'll find on YouTube. I don't have the best strategies for this game, but I do give you a lot of information on where keys are and where loot is. And I think that's half the battle with this game, the loot, on this difficulty anyway. But we'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen, what the future holds for The Evil Within. I don't think there'll be a third game because of the terrible sales, even though this game was critically well received, even though it's not as good as the first game. So there you go. But what's coming up next on the channel? Well, I've got Uncharted planned, maybe brutal difficulty because I hate myself. And also Dead Space 3 because I need to finish off the Dead Space trilogy on the channel. And The Walking Dead, the last season. I'm really, really excited for that. A New Frontier was a little bit of a letdown, but it's going to be the end of Clementine's story. Are they going to kill her? Whew. It's a biggie. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.